Welcome back to the channel, Cumbrian Mountain Goat, and today's video is all about the Lakeland Trails 100k which I did on Saturday the 12th of July. The weather was very challenging, I would say. 29 degrees in the midst of a heat wave. 211 of us decided to step forward and complete 100k as part of the Lakeland Trails series, their big event for the summer, across the Lake District, starting and finishing in Rothay Park in Ambleside. Of the 211 that started, due to the heat, which made it even more difficult than usual for doing an ultra, there was a few DNFs throughout the day. For me personally, there was no chance of DNFing. On a personal note, it was unfinished business. Went back there with a DNF from 2024, pulled out of Grasmere. This time I got past Grasmere, felt good, no niggles at all in the build up to this race. Ran round the Langdale Valley, the loop that you do, passing through Chapel Style campsite twice, and finished in a very respectable time of 14 hours 37 minutes. So, due to the weather, a sub 15 hours was incredible for me. The sense of achievement was something else. It's the longest ultramarathon I've ever completed, previous being 50 miles for the Lakeland 50. In terms of the course, I would say it's one of the best courses I've ever done. The views are breathtaking. That sunrise in between Bampton and Lowther Castle was somewhere else. I put this on my Instagram page, this photograph of the mist just clearing at sunrise about 4:15 in the morning, looking back towards the River Eamont, which was close to the checkpoint at Bampton Hall, was just something I've not experienced before. And these type of races, these types of courses and the Lake District offer these incredible views, which I'm lucky enough to be on my doorstep. And capture this on the day was just incredible. That was one of my favourite points on the course. Also, one of the favourite points was running through Chapel Style campsite, as that holds many very happy memories for me from the Lakeland 50. And also, I'd say the most challenging point of the route is not probably the climbs, but the descent past Smallwater down to the Marderhead checkpoint at the foot of Haweswater. That is a very challenging descent. It's rocky, it's wet underfoot, it's very steep. One wrong footing and you could twist an ankle down there. That's the type of terrain it is. So you've got to be careful with your foot placement. I think I made good time down there. I think I actually got ahead of a few people behind me and I created a gap going into that checkpoint. There was nobody close to me coming down that descent, which was probably good, because if I was running with somebody I might be pressured into picking their path down, and this way I was able to just focus on where I was placing my feet, not follow anyone else, get down safely and confidently, get into that checkpoint and run alongside Haweswater, which is Lakeland 15 reverse, all the way to the Bampton Hall checkpoint. So, all in all, it was a fantastic day. Huge shout out to all the volunteers and marshals that made the race possible. Hats off to them as well for standing at checkpoints in that extreme heat for that many hours. My favourite checkpoint in terms of the food and the general atmosphere, I would say, is the Grasmere one. Shout out to all the volunteers at Grasmere, including Jess and Wayne, that I personally know. That was amazing. They had everything you could needed, including a barrel full of water and some wet sponges, which was very appreciative on such a hot day. If I could, I would probably just dump my face in that water, but I didn't. But I just chucked it over my head and put a sponge around my face. I had a couple of sandwiches, quick chat with Jess and Wayne, and my dad and my brother were there as well at the Grasmere checkpoint, and off I went. So all in all, I'll set out what I was hoping to achieve, finish, and also I got 8th place, which was surprising for me. I didn't think I would come in the top 10, with it only being my second attempt at this race. I was in the top 3 in the first 20 miles. Looking back in hindsight, maybe I did set off a bit quick, but when you're running in the middle of the night and it's cooler temperatures, it's easy to get carried away, especially on that section between Mardell Head and Bampton Common, where it's one of the flattest parts of the route. And underfoot, maybe it's not the easiest, as everyone knows if you've done that Haweswater section plenty of times. It's very undulating, rocky. It's flattish, but there's very tight turns and rocks to negotiate. It's quite stop-startish. You don't really get into much of a rhythm, but I coped on that, and because I've done it many a times in training for the Lakeland 50 and for this race as well. So I know the terrain, I know what's ahead, and I'm fairly confident where I place my feet on that section. So what's next for me? I'm looking ahead to maybe potentially next April. Been looking at a run through trails event that starts finishes in Keswick, a 50k. I think 50k would be a good one because despite the weather conditions, I actually got 50k PB during the Lakeland Trails 100k, which surprised me. But you never know, that's might be my niche going forward, 50k ultras, which is about 30 mile. So I'm going to enter that one, and then I'm going to do also Lakeland Trail 55k next year. So it's the same weekend, different route, but it also starts and finishes at Ambleside. It's just as hard from what I've spoken to people that have done the race in the past, and I've recorded some of the race about 3 or 4 years ago as part of a training run with some pals that live in Carlisle. So yeah, they're my 2 aims. I might fit in the Montaigne Howgills 26 miler as well, which is usually in May. I'll see how I feel, but the April and a July race are probably the best bet to prepare for and get ready for next year, 2026. So thanks for watching this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to click the like and subscribe button to my channel, Cumbrian Mountain Goat. See you in a bit.